The next possible genocide of the Indigenous and Native American people is about to be enacted in June, and we need your help. Within 3 minutes, you will be properly educated, and what you need to do will only take about 3 minutes of your time after finishing this 3-minute video. The act that protects Native American and Indigenous children is called the Indian Child Welfare Act. It's also known as Protect Native Children. This law was put into place in 1978. It's only been 44 years and 3 months that Indigenous and Native American communities can have one control over something, and that is their children. If an Indigenous or Native child needs to be put up for foster care or adoption, it first goes to the family, then the tribe, then other Indigenous peoples within the community. The reason this is so important is because Native American culture is actually very hard to study. There are so many different languages, practices, and spiritual rituals, including dances, how to make regalia, and much more that only a fellow Native American can teach. One of the many reasons this law was put in place in 1978, because more than not, when a Native child needed to be put up for foster or adoption, the agency or person who placed the child within a home would prefer people who weren't Indigenous. 90% of all Indigenous placements, adoptions, or fosters were not put with an Indigenous tribe or people that were Indigenous at all. The act was put in place so that way there wouldn't be a second genocide. But why are we talking about that? Why would somebody want to overturn this? Recently, a Christian family came forward saying their God led them to adopt, which I'm all for adopting, but this family is trying to actively adopt a child who has been within her tribe all growing up, surrounded by her relatives as well. For we cannot show pictures of her because it is an active legal battle, but this is to represent what one couple is trying to take away. Instead of a couple understanding that there's a law in place and that girl has grown up within her tribe and around her relatives her whole life, and moving on and adopting some of the other thousands of kids within the U.S. or other kids from other countries, they choose to take on the Indian Child Welfare Act and take away this girl from everything she's ever known. Not only will that grant access to her, but it will grant access to anyone who wants a Native child. And slowly and surely, our culture will again disappear. So what do? We make noise. On Monday, April 3rd, we need to call our local news, CNN, anything that will listen. If you don't want to call, you can email, call representative, repost, or comment whatever comes up. Not only type in Indian Child Welfare and make old videos go viral. We need to flood the media and make some noise. We need to be heard.